Okay, John, what do you make of Hopper's season?
It's been a very mixed season. There's been some really good performances, particularly the games at home to Fylde and Caldy. There's been some middling performances, and there's been some one or two awful performances. So it's been a really up and down season.
So quite inconsistent, you'd say?
Inconsistent's the word, yeah. I mean, particularly the early part of the season we were unbeatable at home, and quite the opposite away. So it's been really up and down.
Do you think it's a transitional year in a certain way?
Well, it's transitional in two respects, I suppose. It is for the team because we've had a lot of young players in this season, so they're getting used to the style and getting the experience. It's also transitional because of what's happening with the RFU and the league system and the changes, the fact that this season there's only been one promotion place to play for. So yeah, on both counts.
Do you think the young players here have a big future?
Some of them definitely have. Seen lads like Lee Imelek this season, back row forward. I'm sure that lad is going places, and one or two more. But then that's always been the way at Hoppers. We've always had young players who've, come through the ranks and have gone to greater things.
Who would you pick out as the most promising player this year?
I think the aforementioned Lee Imelek, back row forward, who apparently is also a prop. Got the attachment to Sale at the moment, and yeah, I think he's one that's going places.
Do you think he'll go on to play for Sale?
Yes, I think he's certainly got that potential. A bit difficult maybe only being as young as he is, 18, you never know how they'll bulk up and how they'll develop, but he's certainly got the potential.
Where do you think Hoppers can improve next year?
I think it's the experience factor. I think as we've said, we've got one or two younger lads, and as they progress, get a little bit older, then if the team can continue, if they can develop it and get better.
What do you think the performance of the season's been from Hoppers this year?
I think there were two at the time for it, the two home games against Fylde and against Caldy, where they were both against teams that were going for promotion. They were both very tight games, and we won them both, albeit narrowly. We won them both, and it took a team effort on the days to do that.
Do you think Alex Kay is the right man?
Well, Alex has been around for a number of years. He's a bit of a controversial figure. Not everybody's in favour of him, but what he does seem to have is the ability to find the young players and to develop the young players, and as such it makes it quite exciting times.
So how much stability do you think that gives the club now that he's signed a new deal? He'll stay on for 3 years, is it?
Another 2 years. Yeah, it certainly has that, and undoubtedly there are players who have come to this club because Alex is here, and the fact he's here for another couple of years, just like soccer, I suppose. Players get attached to a coach and coaching styles and things like that, and hopefully some of the young players will develop as a result of it.
It's only good for the young players, isn't it, that he's staying on?
Yeah, because he's got that wealth of experience. He's been around, he's played the game at the highest level, and he's been involved in a number of clubs, and yes, it must be very encouraging for them that he's here.
Okay, what do you think is the best side that's come to Lightfoot Green this year that you've seen?
I think it's Nuneaton. They're top of the league, but I think what Nuneaton had is one or two players who are outstanding. That's not to say there aren't one or two in other clubs. Fylde have got one or two outstanding players. Caldy had, but Nuneaton just seemed to put it together as a team, really. So I think I'll go for Nuneaton.
One final question from all your time following Hoppers. What's the best game you've ever been to? Hoppers point of view.
Probably, it's strange to say this, but one probably was playing Northampton, who were a Premiership side, in a cup tie here, and although we lost the game, the fact that we were leading at half time against a team that had a string of internationals in it was something special. So that's one I'll always remember.
Okay, thank you, John.
Okay.